Hi, welcome back to the Buxton Boudoir studio. My name is Alicia. If you're new here, I'm a boudoir photographer. I've been doing it for 8 years, and I have a little photography toy, I guess, that I thought would be appropriate to share today, given that it is Halloween. I mean, we're recording this on Halloween, ooh, spooky light and everything, but you'll be watching this the day after, so we're gonna keep the celebration going a little bit longer, okay? Bear with me. But I had a client in October who wanted something a little bit darker, a little bit more mysterious, and she asked me if I had a fog machine, and I didn't. But you know what I do for my clients? If I can make it work, I will make it work. So I did what any good photographer would do, and I went to Amazon and I looked at like 30 different fog machines, and I read the reviews, and I think I picked one that's pretty dang good. And I thought it would be fun to talk about it today. So we are going to be doing a review of the COLBOR CF5 portable fog machine. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing that I really love about this is how easy it is to move around. This thing is lightweight. It has a flat bottom. It also has a little screw so that you can screw it into your tripods. And when I was shooting it with my client, I placed it both on the ground and I held it for some shots. So incredibly easy to move around. I also love all of the adapters that it comes with. So this is just your plain regular adapter that the fog goes through. And then there's this one that has a light. And this is what I mostly shot with because we were doing neon lights and making it really like 3 a.m. vibes. So I used this one a lot and I loved it. So fun. If you know anything about me, you know I'm obsessed with neon lighting. There's also a flexible, flexible pipe, I guess. You can control the fog a little bit better, as well as a foam core piece that can go on top if you want to diffuse the fog a bit more. This kit really came with a lot of stuff. It came with the fog liquid insert. It came with a bottle of fog juice and then a few more adapters. So easy to maneuver, lots of fun ways to adjust how the fog is coming out. So plenty of options to play around with. Another thing that I really like about this is that you can control the density as well as the fan speed. So on the starting screen, there are two options. One controls the density of the fog and one controls the fan speed of the fog. So you as a photographer or videographer have a lot of control over how much fog is coming out and how quickly you want that fog to be coming out. I'm an all or nothing kind of person, so I had this baby on full blast both ways. It does create a lot of fog. There's also an option to have it set up so that it auto creates the fog. So you can set it to be on for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, all the way up to I think 60 seconds. And then you can set it to be off for a certain amount of seconds. And then you can tell it how many times you want it to cycle through. So if you're shooting a video, for example, and you want it to go off for 10 seconds and then have a bit of a break and then have it go off for 10 seconds again and do that 7 times, you can. So I really love the control that this gives me. All in all, very fun toy. I think I paid like $130 for it. I think that's a pretty good value for what this is. If I had to give it any kind of critique, there's really kind of only 2 things, and one of them is a big deal and one of them kind of isn't. The first one, that if you think you're going to figure out how to use this without looking at the manual, you're wrong. I mean, there aren't a lot of buttons. I know what you're thinking, but there's only a couple of buttons. What could surely you can just figure it out on your own. I mean, maybe you're smarter than I am. I didn't. I was pushing all the buttons and trying to figure out what means select, what means up, what means down. I do think it's like a little bit confusing, but at the same time, I get wanting to keep like the tiniest little interface as possible. So just read this. It only takes, 5-10 minutes. Just read it. Very helpful. And I am still in the process of trying to then remember what each thing does. So when I am shooting with it, I'm like, oh shoot, how do I make it select this option? How do I make it select that option? I wouldn't say it's entirely intuitive, but it's not difficult by any means. I would just read the manual if you have it. My other small issue with it is that it does come with a remote. So helpful. Again, if you're shooting like video or photography and you can't be holding on to this, right? You want to maybe get a wide open shot. So you need this thing to go off, but you can't be near it. The remote is incredibly, incredibly helpful. My issue, and perhaps I just got a dud remote, I'm not sure, but the way that it works is that you can control, again, fan speed, great. You can control density, great. You can control the lighting if you're using this adapter, awesome. Or you can control everything right here. You can control both the fan speed and the density of the fog right here. Only these buttons work for me. For whatever reason, I cannot individually control the fan speed and I cannot individually control the density, which again is not the end of the world because I can manually set it up on this and then just push the start button, which is this button. And, it'll work. It'll do what I want it to, but a little bit of a bummer that a feature that is pointed out in the manual, that is something I should be able to do, just does not work with this remote. And I tried to figure it out. I had my husband look at it and try to figure it out. So again, maybe there's just something I'm missing, but the instructions are really pretty simple. It's push this button, push this button. So I can't really imagine how I could possibly be doing that wrong, especially when the on-off button does work. So the remote does work, just not all of the features on the remote. Overall, though, really fantastic photography toy, in my opinion. Do you need it? No, you probably don't need it. But is it really fun? Yes, it is. I mean, I didn't even, I don't even think I showed you one of the coolest features, which is that you can spin this and then it can shoot out at a different angle. That's so fun too. I mean, it's a neat little thing. And it's not so big that I couldn't throw this in my already stuffed to the brim camera bag. Like, could I fit it in there? I probably could. Yeah, I could probably take out a lens and replace it and put this in instead. So yeah, if you're looking for a fog machine that's portable, pretty easy to use, I would recommend it. I hope your remote works better than mine, but otherwise, I would recommend checking this out. And I'll actually leave a link to it in the description in case you want to see the exact listing that I purchased mine from. Great for spooky shoots, great for creating drama, atmosphere, and all of that good stuff. Let me know if you have a fog machine that you really, really love that maybe I should check out next time. Hopefully I won't need one for a very, very long time because this baby will last me. Or if you've used this, let me know what you've done with it. I would love to hear about that in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Halloween. Enjoy the rest of fall and spooky season. If you are a photographer right now, you have all of my love and support and Godspeed, because I know most photographers in the fall are absolutely drowning in work. So you have my heart. I am wishing you the best editing season ever, and go out there and create something fun. I will see you all again next week on Saturday. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. The self-promotion that I'm really, really bad at doing at the end of every video. Thank you. I'll see you all again next week. Bye.